Hello students, today we are going to learn a new topic and that is common diseases in humans, in which we will learn Amoebiasis, that is also called Amoebic Dysentery. Second one is Escherichiasis. Third one is Elephantitis, that is also called a Filariasis, and finally we will learn Ringworm. So first of all, let me start with the protozoan disease. In previous lecture, you have already learned one protozoan disease and that is malaria. And today we are going to learn a second protozoan disease and that is amoebiasis. So first of all, let me go through which is the causative agent. So amoebiasis is caused by Entamoeba histolytica. This Entamoeba histolytica is a scientific name for the amoeba, and amoebiasis name is given after the causative agent. That is amoeba means amoeba cause this disease, and that's why name is given amoebiasis. And sometimes it is also called amoebic dysentery. Now second thing you must be know that which is the target organ. So any organism will attack on the human, at that time one particular organ will be affected by that particular organism, causative agent. Here Entamoeba histolytica when enters in the human body, at that time it will enter in the human body and it will attack on large intestine. So here a target organ is a large intestine. Okay, and due to infection with the large intestine, here amoebiasis will be developed in the person. Now let me go through the symptoms. Here in this disease, when symptom is appear, at that time constipation may be felt, then abdominal pain may be observed, cramps, abdominal cramps that is called, then stool with the excess mucus, and sometime in severe cases, sometime blood clots also appear in the stool. Now here you must be know from one person to one person means second person, when this type of disease is spreaded, at that time house flies play very important role. So house flies will act as a mechanical carrier over here. So what they are doing, they are flying from one object to another, and that's why they will spread the disease, means that will spread the Entamoeba histolytica from one food which is infected already will be infect another food which is not infected. So by this way fly is very important to spread the disease. So mechanical carrier it is, and serve to transmit the parasite from feces of infected person, means from the feces of infected person to food, means feces to food and food products, and thereby contaminating them. So one person feces will contaminated with the Entamoeba histolytica, this fly will play role, and then this fly will transmit feces to food, means healthy food also get infected or contaminated by using flies. So flies are very important here, they will act as a mechanical carrier and very important for spreading the disease. Now second thing, how it will be enter, means how Entamoeba histolytica will enter in human body. So drinking water and food which is already contaminated is the we can say that it may be contaminated with the fecal matter, okay, and are the main source for the infection. Means if person consumes such a contaminated food or drinking water, at that time the person may get infected. Here you can see the example, here person is drinking and eating all things, and here you can see if fly is coming over here, you can see it is get infected. First it's sand, means it will be sat on the feces, and then it will fly over the food, then that food will be consumed by the person, and here you can see infection may. So let me understand more with this diagram. Here you can see first of all what happened, the contaminated food well ingested by the person, that is infection will be initiated with the help of a cyst, and the food and water which is enter in the human body. Then what happened, first step it is, then second thing what happen, organism encased in intestine, means intestine is the target organ, as I told you it is a large intestine, and in the intestine it will be accessed. First of all, ingested is the cyst will ingested, then excision will occur inside the large intestine, and asexual reproduction in the colon, means these organisms will asexually reproduce in the colon, and then what happen, they will convert it into trophozoite. This is one stage in between. Okay, Entamoeba histolytica will have one stage, that is a trophozoite, that is after excision, and then this trophozoite will pass into liquor or soft stool. But these, if trophos in the form of a trophozoite it is passed, then it is not more infected. Means if a trophozoite enters in our body, it is no more infected. Okay, means we cannot have any disease related symptoms. We will not develop any type of symptoms. But now next is what? Infective cyst. Means this trophozoite if converted into a cyst. Okay, then ancestration occur of the trophozoite, and if that incested cyst is enter in human body, at that time only this infection will be spreaded. Means the Entamoeba histolytica can develop symptoms in human body. And finally, sometime what happen, this infected cyst will transport from blood currents to the liver, and sometime what happen, hepatic abscesses and pusses, means in the liver, pus may be developed, and these all are the stages of the Entamoeba histolytica inside the human body. So let me summarize both of the protozoan disease. First we have learned already malaria. Second is amoebic dysentery. So here you can see malaria is caused by Plasmodium vivax, maybe Plasmodium falciparum or maybe Plasmodium malariae. So mode of transfer, there is a vector borne, means intermediate vector is there, and that is a mosquito, and which will Anopheles mosquito. It is a female Anopheles mosquito, and as a result of that, if spreaded or infected, infection pass through the human, then symptoms will appear in the human, that is a fever, chill, headaches, body aches, severe weaknesses, shivering. Fever with the shiver is the main indicative symptom. Okay, and then detection may be done with the help of blood film test or maybe PCR testing, and treatments is mostly a chloroquine, hydroxychloroquine, antipyretic drugs, which we have already discussed. Second is amoebic dysentery, that is caused by Entamoeba histolytica, and that is contaminated food, means it is a mode of transfer is a contaminated food and drink via flies. Okay, so fly is here also a vector-borne disease. This is also vector-borne disease, and because fly is responsible for spreading, that is called vector-borne. Okay, and what are the symptoms? Blood in the stools in severe cases, aggressive diarrhea, fever, weaknesses, chills, and abdominal cramps. So these are all the symptoms. Then detection will be done with the help of testing of a blood or maybe with the stool. So stool and blood may be tested for the confirmation of amoebic disease. So let me start now with the Helminthic disease, and in commonly it is also called a worm disease. Here in this group of diseases, in Helminthic diseases, we will learn two diseases, and first is Ascaris, that is also called a common worm, and that is responsible for Ascariasis. Second worm is a Vaucheria, that is called filarial worm, because this organism is responsible for causing filariasis. And let me understand more about Ascaris. So Ascaris is the intestinal parasite, and that is causing Ascariasis. Here the causative agent is Ascaris, and that's why a disease name is given after them. It is Ascariasis. So symptom of the disease include internal bleeding, muscular pain, then fever, anemia, and blockage of the intestinal passage. Means whole passage, means whole intestinal passage will be blocked due to the high number of such a kind of Ascaris like worm. Spreading, the egg of the parasite are excreted, means egg of the parasite will excreted along with the feces, that is from the infected person, which contaminate the soil, and sometimes children eat the soil, and at that time what happened, that contaminated soil will enter some eggs of the ascaris inside the gut. Okay, and sometime with the water, sometime with the plant, they are also contaminated. If it is consumed raw, then such a type of a worm egg will enter inside the gut. A healthy person acquire this infection through a contaminated water, vegetables and fruits. So these are the sources of contamination. So if person is consuming such a contaminated egg, means present in that, means Ascariasis egg may present in that, and if it is consumed by the person, then they have a chance to get Ascariasis. So let me understand more with this diagram. First of all, here you can see Ascaris has a scientific name, and that is Ascaris lumbricoides. So Ascaris lumbricoides is a scientific name for the Ascaris. Now let me understand what happen with the cycle, means how they will grow and how they will spread it. Here you can see a person have already infected with the Ascariasis, means person have already in Ascariasis. Then they will have a adult type of Ascaris lumbricoides inside their small intestine. And when this person is passing stool or passing feces, at that time egg will be removed from the body, means egg will be come out from the body with the feces. along with the feces. Means feces is contaminated with Escherichia type of eggs, and these feces may have two type of eggs, maybe unfertilized or maybe fertilized. So unfertilized egg will not further transmitting the disease. Means now unfertilized egg cannot further go. Means they cannot develop further. Okay, then there is no chance if person get this infection. Is an infection. Okay, so unfertilized egg if enter in the body, there is no chance of development of Escherichia. Then second thing, if fertilized egg is there, that is infectious agent. Means infection will be carried out by fertilized egg, because this fertilized egg will complete the cycle and they will reach up to the L3 larva. Okay, this L3 larva is the stage that only responsible for infection to the human. Means if this stage is there, this stage is there, at this stage there is no chance of any type of development of symptoms. Okay, any type of infection. Then L3 larva, when it is ingested by the person, at that time this L3 larva will reach up to the small intestine. In the small intestine, they will hatch out. Okay, and after hatching out the larva, these will enter in the circulation, that is the blood circulation, and then along with the blood circulation, they will migrate towards the lungs. Finally, they will reach up to the lungs. Okay, then how they will re-enter to the digestive tract? These lungs, during development in the lungs, the larva will cough outside the body. Means they will, along with the cough, they will come out of the body and sometime re-swallowed. Means same organism will re-swallowed by the person and they will further re-enter in the gastrointestinal tract. So this is all the pathway. Okay, and then maturation process inside the small intestine, and further the cycle will be run. So by this way, this Escherichia lumbricoid life cycle will be finished. So let me go through the symptoms of the Escherichiasis. So here you can see person may feel fatigue. Okay, then weaknesses, bloating and the gas, then stomach pain or tenderness they may feel, then weight loss, then passing a worm to the stool, means inside the stool they will observe worms, then nausea and vomiting, and then the diarrhea. These all are the symptoms. Another disease which is caused by worms are filariasis. So let me start the filariasis. So causative agent for filariasis is Vaucheria bancrofti and Vaucheria malayi. So two organisms can cause this disease. That is Vaucheria bancrofti, sometimes also pronounced as Vaucheria bancrofti or Vaucheria malayi. The filarial worm causes slowly development of chronic inflammation of the organs. Means organ, once it infected, they will develop some chronic infection inside the organs, in which they live for many years. So this is living for many years, up to 6 to 7 years. Okay, so usually the lymphatic vessels of the lower limbs means the legs, and the disease is called elephantitis, because here you can see legs will look like a elephants, and that's why it is called elephantitis, or sometimes it is also called filariasis. Here sometimes along with the legs, genital organs are also get infected, resulting in the gross deformity. Means once it infected, it will deform the organs. The look like not attractive and deformed like structures will be developed. The pathogens are transmitted to a healthy person through the bite by the mosquito, and that particular mosquito name is a Culex mosquito, and that is Culex fatigen mosquito. And especially in Culex fatigen mosquito, there is a female. As I told you earlier, as during the malaria cycle, I told you that females is only responsible for such kind of a disease spreading, because female need human blood for development of their eggs. And that's why here also female mosquito vector is responsible for causing filaria, or we can say that they are responsible for spreading. So let me learn further by using this diagram. So here you can see, first of all, Culex fatigen mosquito, when suck the blood from the human, at that time they will enter L3 larva of Vaucheria bancrofti inside the skin. So after entry in the skin, this L3 larva will migrate towards lymph node, because lymph node are the target organ for the Vaucheria bancrofti. Okay, so L3 larva will now migrate towards the lymph node. Inside the lymph node, these L3 larva of Vaucheria bancrofti will be adulterized. Okay, means they will get the mature, and due to maturation they will means they will develop into adults, and now these adult Vaucheria bancrofti is ready for the sexual reproduction. They will do sexual reproduction, and as a result of that they are viviparous in nature, and that's why they will give direct birth to the microfilary, the baby worm, we can say. So this baby worm is now called microfilary, and these microfilary now migrate in the lymph and the blood channels. So this person which is already infected with the Vaucheria bancrofti will have a microfilary in their blood circulation. So at that time, if Culex fatigen mosquito bite to this person, means they will suck blood from this person, at that time these microfilary will enter in the gut of the mosquito. So now this microfilary will get entry inside the mosquito gut, and after entry in the mosquito, they will remove sheath surrounding them, and they will enter in the mid gut of the mosquito and migrate to the thoracic muscle. And after that, they will convert it into L1 larva. They will develop into L1 larva, and finally this L1 larva will develop into L3 larva. So after developing into L3 larva, these L3 larva will migrate to the hares and mosquitoes proboscis. Okay, and now these haired and proboscis, is infected with this L3 larva, and now this L3 larva, if mosquito bite, means Culex fatigen mosquito bite or sucks the blood, at that time this L3 larva they will enter inside the human skin. So by this way, this filarial life cycle is completed. Half in the human, half in the... So now let me start with the fungal diseases, in which we will learn ringworms. So many fungi belonging to genera Microsporum, Trichophyton and Epidermophyton. These three are causative agents of a ringworm. There is a Microsporum, Trichophyton and Epidermophyton. Okay, this is responsible for ringworm, which is one of the most common infectious disease in human. Appearance of dry, scaly lesions on the various part of the body, such as the skin, nails and scalp. And the main symptom of the disease, means these are the main symptoms, is body such as the skin, various parts of body you can see on the body. There are lesions found on the skin, maybe on the nails, maybe on the scalp. Okay, these are the main symptoms. And the lesions are accompanied with the intense itching, means person is now very intense for the itching. Okay, they will itch everywhere, and as they are itching they will spread the disease. Okay, heat and moisture help these fungi to grow, which make them thrive in the skin folds, such as in between these fingers. Okay, grow in between toes. Okay, so this is the main sites for the infection. Ringworm are generally acquired from the soil or by using towels. Means if infected person is there, used towel from infected person. If it is used by another person, then this fungi may be transferred. Then clothes or even combs, means one person is using comb of another person, then that person also get infected. In next lecture we will learn maintenance of personal and public hygiene. So till that, goodbye.